Greetings and welcome back to some more F1 25 single player career mode, and welcome to round 18 of the championship. We're getting quite far into the season now. It is, as I said last time, it is crunch time for the season, and we are getting ready and prepared for the Singapore Grand Prix, one of the toughest Grand Prix on the calendar due to the high humidity and the very high heat that usually presents itself whenever this Grand Prix is held, and that is despite the fact that it is a night race, one of several on the calendar. But yeah, as you can see, we are sitting comfortably in the championship at the moment, in both championships as a matter of fact at the moment. We're not really threatening anyone ahead of us in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes quite far out in front in 4th place, and likewise we don't really have much of a threat from behind from the likes of Williams and Aston Martin. In the Drivers' Championship, however, we do have a bit of battle to do because we are relatively close. We are only 12 points behind Yuki Tsunoda, who's currently sitting in 7th place. So the Red Bull driver not really getting away in the championship, and that is despite being on a good run of form, getting several podiums in a row. And as you can see here, last time out, he wasn't so lucky. He got a 6th place, but that is still points, and compared to our 14th place, which obviously doesn't yield any points, that means that we lose a little bit of ground to the Japanese driver. But not to fear, we get another chance here today, and as you can see, let's just pull up the weather forecast. Once again, rain is going to play a big part in this race weekend. Most likely it's going to start on full wets, transfer over to intermediates midway through, and then towards the end of the race we could be looking at some slick tires. But the qualifying, which is obviously what we are going to get into right now, looks to be dry, and I do have a good feeling with the car around here. So without further ado, let's just get into it and get ready for this qualifying session.
It is one of our great cinematic settings of the season. Welcome to Singapore. We're under the floodlights with the walls close and pole position up for grabs.
And obviously this means we are heading back to Asia once again. And as I've said on several occasions leading up to this Grand Prix, this is my favorite Asian track. But yeah, we are slowly getting ready here. Let's pull some fuel out, and let's just get onto the track as quickly as possible.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
Because I do think this is, we just have to get a baseline in, and as you'll see as well, we are running a special livery once again. We are running the Sakura livery with all of the cherry flowers. Looks very beautiful indeed. And as we've done for the other Asian tracks this season, we will be running this livery once again. It has brought us some decent luck, so hopefully that luck carries over here. But let's see. This track, the reason why I love it so much, because it usually doesn't make sense whenever I say it to people. They always go, why do you love Singapore? I absolutely love the flow of this circuit. It is very great, in my opinion. It's not very much stop-start like many circuits. It has a good flow. You take a lot of speed into certain corners, and thus it becomes a spectacle to drive, in my opinion. Very high-speed track, despite all of the very hard braking zones, such as here, coming over the bridge and heading into the hairpin. But you also have lots of these straight lines, and I think we have 3 DRS zones here for this race weekend. One on the start-finish straight. Oh, we do have 4 actually. One on the start-finish straight. One between turns. I don't even know which turns those are. But after turn 4, I think it is, heading into turn 5. And then these 2. But here we go. Getting ready to charge up for this. Oh, whoops, I forgot to activate the DRS. No. Well, into turn 1. Going very aggressive. And it's just about attacking pretty much every single corner as hard as possible. Being as clinical as possible. And here we go. The run into turn 6 here. Hard braking zone, spot the apex, beautiful there. And that is also what makes this track so great. It's very fulfilling once you actually nail a lap around here, and the walls are so close that it's not a given that you'll nail a lap. This corner you can carry a lot more speed than initially what it looks like. And then the hairpin here. Just clip the apex. Here we go. And the good thing about Singapore as well, the recharge around here is really, really good. So you have loads of battery to burn off, which is absolutely lovely. Now this last chicane here, before the last, technically 2 corners, right here, you almost take them flat. In the Haas, it's not quite possible, but we go top of the timetable there, ahead of Bortoleto and Hadjar.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
And as it looks right now, we are also ahead of Russell. So a good first lap, a 1:28. Wow, that's quite fast actually. That is quite fast. A 1:28.8.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
That is significantly faster than anything I've done all prep, all the way through the preparations for this Grand Prix. We did a little bit of practice as usual to just dial in the setup, and we weren't anywhere close to those kinds of lap time. But obviously with the sun setting, cooler temperatures, the cars obviously are going to be operating at a much more optimal state, which always benefits. But the heavy hitters are also yet to post lap times. Although saying that, both McLarens have already posted a lap, and they're both behind us. So, might we actually have a chance here of something surprising? You never know. And we do need to beware of the pit lane speed. It is a very tricky pit lane entry here around Singapore, because it's uphill, it's very bumpy, and you can accidentally, very easily, carry too much speed into the pit lane. So we need to be aware of that in the Grand Prix, so that we don't pick up a penalty. I mean, so far so good. Looks good. And let's see if anyone is able to beat us. AI probably not the strongest around him, so we might have an upper hand. And yeah, look at that, at 28.8, we are 1.4 tenths of a second faster than Oscar Piastri at the moment. Max Verstappen hasn't posted a lap time just yet, so I mean, there's still time for the Dutchman to find something spectacular, which he usually does. But we have the fastest first and middle sector. The final sector we are a little bit slow compared to Oscar Piastri. To be fair, I wasn't pushing it too much compared to the AI, so I do get that. But I do think that sees us comfortably and safely through to Q2. So no reason to stick around for much longer than necessary. We're still sitting top of the pile here as everyone have posted their first initial runs. And let's see. I do wonder if our teammate might be so lucky that he actually gets into the next part of qualifying. But we are fastest in Q1, and leaving us here in Q1 is Liam Lawson, Nico Hulkenberg, Oliver Bearman, our teammate. Unfortunately, he again not able to find the necessary pace. Gabriel Bortoletto and Isaac Hadjar in the V-Carb. So both V-Carbs and both Kick Saubers, along with our teammate, not making it through. But there we go, very easily making it through to the second part of qualifying. I do suspect it's not going to be much of a problem here, with it being obviously...
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
A track that the AI are not the strongest around, plus this being one of my absolute favorite tracks, and also a track that really suits the driving style I have, so it falls natural to me, which probably is a good thing, but it could mean that we will see a little bit of a skewed result here today compared to other races we have done recently. I mean, we have been on the podium a couple of times in recent races, so should we be fighting for victory here today, that wouldn't be out of the question. We do obviously have one victory to our name all the way back in Monaco, so it wouldn't be unusual around another street track to pick up more silverware. Or maybe this is the weekend where we pick up that illustrious P2 that we are still yet to collect. We've collected 3 podiums where we finished third. Once we have won, so maybe it's time for a second place finish to complete the set of medals and trophies, but we never know. But it seems like the Sakura livery is giving us the necessary luck that we require to do well. Maybe we should just run it more often. That could also be the play. But here we go, ready to get going. We can be more aggressive on the ERS. We saw that come the end of our run, so let's be more aggressive this time around. Here we go, first lap in Q2, hopefully the only one necessary. Very aggressive here on corner entries, going for absolute maximum push, overshooting the corner ever so slightly there, but it's all good. And now heading up to what I believe is turn 6. A little bit of sliding going on there, not optimal, but it's fine. We do get it rotated, that's quite nice. And now the chicane where the Singapore Sling used to be located. For anyone who remembers that, that is a throwback and a half. Here we go. AI are quite strong here in the final part of the lap, so we need to see if we can find some lap time, if possible. Oh, we didn't activate the DRS. I'm a little bit early on the button, unfortunately. So that's something I have to fix for Q3 if we make it through, which we should. No problems at all. Here we go, over the line. We're slower than Norris, to be fair, so the McLarens have found something that they didn't have in the first part of qualifying. Oh, almost running into the back of Fernando there.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
As he comes out of the pits. Almost touching the Spaniard there. We're going to let him past here. Together with the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. And Leclerc pulls over to let us pass. That's not what we want. But yeah, we should still be safely through to Q3. Verstappen has also put in a lap that was faster than ours. So, as we almost turn into the Mercedes there of George Russell. AI not the smartest when it comes to letting other people make it through. And the good thing is, the tyre wear seems not to be a problem here.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
We seem to have fixed the tyre wear issue. Or maybe this track just suits our car really, really well. You never know. There we go, into the pits. Let's see if we can get the pit entry correct this time. There we go, better safe than sorry, as they say. And at the moment, Gasly with a beautiful lap, currently in P4. Good on the Frenchman as we run over his mechanics on the entry to the pit box. But yeah, so far so good. And now I think we just fast forward to Q3, because I don't think there's going to be any trouble making it through. Let's see. A couple more drivers posting their laps, but we're still sitting third. No problems there. So I do think we're going to make it safely through, unless the track just suddenly gets significantly faster, but it doesn't seem like it does it. No. So Kimi Antonelli once again not making it through to Q3. That has become a bit of habit for the young Italian, and he is joined by Fernando Alonso, but more shockingly, I want to say, Charles Leclerc not making it through to Q3, along with the Williams of Alex Albon and the Alpine of Franco Colapinto. But that obviously means Pierre Gasly, he makes it through, and Lance Stroll also through. The Mercedes a bit on the back foot here, it seems. Not really fighting for the top honours here today. Quite depressingly for their sake. You would think that they would be considered one of the powerhouses.
Everyone ready? Okay, let's go.
But not quite. Here it seems. Antonelli not making it through, and Russell barely making it through in P10, so they have work to do. But we're going to be early out, as quick as possible. We want to see if we can get 2 runs in, because we obviously do have that second set of soft tires that we get allocated to us once we make it into Q3, so that is very lovely indeed. And welcome to the viewers on the live chat. Hope you are enjoying the show so far, and that you will enjoy the show that is going to be put on. We're just getting ready to get going for Q3 if you've just made it in and haven't heard anything so far. But yeah, we are in Q3, and we look to potentially have some pace that we can at least fight for a good starting spot here in Singapore. But yeah, as I said, make yourself comfortable. Hope you feel right at home. You're more than welcome. And I know it's a bit tacky to plug it already, but if you haven't already, And if you do end up enjoying the show, can I suggest maybe considering subscribing? It obviously does help out quite a lot. But enough yapping. Oh, as Piastri goes ahead of us there, I didn't quite pay attention to that. We're going to have to see what we can do with the Australian in front of us. We're just going to get a banker lap in then. Oh, yeah, no. That does it for that run. That was unfortunate. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't really realize that Piastri was that close behind us. So we're going to have to go again. See if we can do a bit of miracle working here. Can we actually make this tank last? I think it's going to be difficult.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Ooh, as we almost make it into the wall, unfortunately. And we have an Alpine creeping up on us. Let's get out of the way from him. That is obviously Gasly. And I do apologize, I haven't really acknowledged who is on the live chat, but unfortunately while driving it's a little bit difficult to actually see the different names. So I will get to you as soon as there's a bit of a breathing space, which is unfortunately not yet, but I will get to it, don't worry. Let's give this another try, see if we can do a little bit better this time. Maybe. We're going to go for another lap here. Into turn 1.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Significantly faster. There we go. To turn 4. Getting a decent exit there. Felt decent. Now into turn, what I believe is 6. Here we go. Decent laps so far. Purple sector 1. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. Pushing the car a little too much maybe. Max Verstappen. Once again, pole position contender. Would be weird anything else. But we are also absolutely flying. Here we go. Ah, the DRS. I'm still early on the button. That's a bit annoying. But it looks to be decent, this one. Middle sector not quite as good. Here we go. Cross the line in a moment. Let's see what we can do. Here we go. And it is provisional pole. Not bad.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
Now we need to make half a tank of fuel, or half a lap of fuel, last all the way until the end of this lap. So that could be a little bit difficult. We're going to have to do some heavy lifting and coasting. We're going to reduce the drag, obviously. That way we save some fuel. Let's see how much fuel do we have left. Just below 40%. It's going to be difficult to make it back on this fuel, but should be possible. Again, heavy coasting right through here, because you don't really need any speed. And right here we can also just coast, take a wide berth, and then you make it through the hairpin. Coasting once again through the corner. There we go. No problems there. We do some very heavy lifting and coasting. once again through the chicane, taking a little bit too much curb there. And that is essentially how you make half a lap of fuel last a full lap. There we go. Back to the pits. And welcome on the live chat to Stealth. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. Stealth. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But welcome. I haven't seen your name here before, so I presume it's your first time. And if that is indeed the case, I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, that is our initial run here in Q3. We do have one more set of tires. We're gonna give it a little bit before we go out again. What kind of lap times did we produce? We're not that much faster than Verstappen. So Max has found something. He has the fastest middle and second sector. But we are significantly faster than him in the first sector.
All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
But here we go. Everyone making it out onto the track. And likewise, we shall venture onto the tarmac and see what we can do. Although it doesn't seem like Gasly wants to be a part of it. He is done for the day, and he will see how far that one run can get him. But it's decent that we go out at the time we go out, because we're going to be last of the drivers who are going to be posting lap times. So that fits perfectly. We just need to make it around, and there's plenty of time for that. So no problems there. And now we just need to throw everything we can at it. Go for glory. We already have the provisional pole, but I do think Verstappen is going to find maybe something. So it's better to be maybe secure in it than going for glory. But ooh, that was very close to the wall. That looked very strange indeed. Yeah, that was probably the closest I've ever been to that wall before. So that's not going to happen twice in the same session. That one is not going to fly. Here we go. Ready to begin our final lap here in Q3. Let's see what we can do. We almost knocked the front wing. Let's see what is possible. Into turn 1, braking very late indeed. A little bit of oversteer, but it's fine. Oh, much better through there initially, but we lost so much on the understeer, or the oversteer moment there. Now we have to push to try and regain the lost time. Ooh. But we need to be careful as well. That was a very good corner. Don't think I've ever taken it so well. Whoa, almost oversteering the car, overstepping the car's abilities there. Here we go, we are 1.5 tenths down actually. So we have not had a good middle sector. Oh, and I've cocked that up royally. So this is not going to be faster. We're 2 tenths down on our previous best. We need a mighty final couple of corners here for this to be anywhere close. We need to go flat out here. Almost. That wasn't quite it.
Excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come
But
on, I'll see you back in the pits.
does not matter because our first attempt was good enough for pole.
With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So yet again, we managed to pull the impossible and qualify on pole position in a Haas. What Kevin Magnussen could only do once, we have done twice now. Although it's not by much, it's only 63 thousandths of a second to Max Verstappen, so he was close, but he also didn't improve, so it seems like the track just wasn't there. But yeah, we're going to be starting this race from the front spot, and that is what liking a track can do to you. It just gives you that edge that the others don't have. And for anyone questioning it, still 107% AI, like we have been doing pretty much ever since Jeddah, where we raced it to what it is right now. But here we go. A rain-filled race is what lies ahead of us. And I am curious to see how this one pans out. So 31 laps around Singapore is what we have to put between us, is what is between ourselves and a potential second victory in Formula One. Who knows? Maybe it is today that we pick up that second winner's trophy. And what a track to do it at, if we were to do it. Although 31 laps around here is quite the task. The walls are close, and I mean, we haven't driven in the rain. Practice was pretty much dry all the way through. So I haven't tested it out, but let's see. Oh, that's definitely full wets.
It's the Singapore Grand Prix, where Sebastian Vettel has the most wins here with 5. Who will be lifting the trophy today here at the Marina Bay Circuit?
And shout out Sebastian Vettel.
It's the classic street circuit of Singapore. The humidity is high, there are walls everywhere you look, and there's 19 turns as the main grandstand renovation continues. 12 turns to the left, 7 to the right, 3 DRS zones, and the total length of the track is 306 miles.
Well, technically 4 DRS
Time
zones.
to take a look at our starting grid for today's race.
And here we go, taking a look at the grid.
Iceman lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who will start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, and Tsunoda. Russell, Sainz, Stroll, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Leclerc, Albon, Franco Colapinto, and Lawson. Hulkenberg, Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Isaac Hadjar. Gasly and Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So Gasly and Alonso were carrying penalties.
Welcome to the commentary box.
Wow.
The circuit. I'm Alex Jakes, and joining us for the race today is Naomi Schiff. Okay, the start, so important. Tell us about how you ace a launch off the line.
Well, the race is certainly not won in the first lap, let alone turn 1. However, what you can do is prepare yourself ahead of time. Visualize what could potentially happen, different scenarios and where you could place your car. And that will better prepare you to make the right decision with instinctive timing.
All right. And it is absolutely
Okay, here we go.
bucketing
I know
down
what you can do. Don't let me down.
here in Singapore. And welcome into you, Casper. Hope you are enjoying the show here, and thank you for tuning in right as the race is about to get underway. And yeah, we have quite the spectacle ahead of us. It seems like regardless of how things go, this is going to be a multi-stopper due to the track looking to be what could be drying out towards the end of the race, but that remains to be seen. But we're going to have to take the start here in the wet, and we'll see how that goes. So once again, on the wets, it's going to be tricky, definitely. Singapore is already quite the circuit, and to have it in the rain is quite something for sure. So absolute concentration is necessary here for it not to end in catastrophe. So unfortunately, won't be able to look at the live chat once the race gets underway as much as I would have liked to, but obviously looking to get a good result here today, hopefully. Would be quite the spectacular feed.
So the rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while. Be careful.
Alrighty. So rain easing off. The fact that he's already telling me this now tells me that we're not going to be waiting more, around maybe 10 to 15 minutes before the rain starts to really loosen up. Let's hear.
The rain's getting lighter now, but it's going to take a while for the track to dry out. Okay, full wet seems to be the fastest tyre for now.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want it any other way. Now obviously this is not a wet tyre setup that we have on the car. It is a setup for the dry, so it's probably going to be a little bit difficult to drive, but it seems like we do have the pace on the other drivers, so hopefully we can utilize that. Hopefully it doesn't cook the tires either, so I would very much appreciate if that wasn't the case, but you never know. I mean, the tire wear has been the bane of my existence in this single player career mode, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, unfortunately. But we are ready to form up on the grid here, just warming up the tires one last time. And here we go, ready to slot it in to the grid spot.
Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get a good launch as the race starts.
And here we go.
So that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
Ready to get going. And Casper, just before we get on the way, I am Danish as well, so hello to you, fellow countrymen. But here we go, ready to get into racing here around Singapore. And the 5 red lights are out and away. And we get a good start compared to Mr. Max Verstappen next to us. And we keep the lead heading into turn 1. Oh, almost slipped my hand right off the wheel there. But a good start here at the beginning of the race. Oh, we do need to be careful of this. This negative banking on the corner there can really play some tricks on you. Verstappen is already putting the pressure on together with Norris. Seems like Piastri and Hamilton are having a bit of a battle going on for 4th place. So we might be looking at some company for the majority of the race here. The car is really difficult to control so far, but that is usually what happens. It takes a couple of laps before the wet tires are rubbed in and really feeling good. And that seems to be the case here more than anything. It's slipping and sliding all over the place. And lots of wheel spin coming out of that corner. You could hear the limiter absolutely screaming at us. So the rear tires might be suffering here at the initial start of the race. But hopefully we can make them last. Let's see. We have kept ourselves in the lead here at the end of lap 1. That is only one of 31, so we still have 30 laps to go. So we have quite the distance.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Well, as we run a little bit deep there into turn 1, the corners are... The heavy braking zone seems to be the biggest trouble we have. Now the tires are getting into the swing of it. They're starting to feel better. We have a high downforce setup as well, so no reason not to push here. We should have the grip, the necessary grip. We are just tiptoeing around here now. Not really doing anything much. We are just holding up the pack, realistically, it seems. It seems like Verstappen and Norris, especially those two, they have significantly more pace than what they are showcasing at the moment. But seems like they're stuck at the moment. But right now, we're still keeping them at bay. And we're actually building up a pretty decent gap at the moment to Verstappen. DRS obviously not going to be anything we have to worry about here in the wet, since it is obviously disabled. But it's still nice to know that even in the wet, which is by no means my favorite kind of conditions, we still seem to have the pace.
Fastest lap of the race.
Turn 1 super difficult because it's left, right, left. And yeah, Caspar just eyed the live chat out of the corner of my eye. I am from Denmark, absolutely. The accent might not be letting it on, but I am. As Max Verstappen goes for a move heading into turn 6, tries to send it around the outside here of the Dutchman. He has some good exits out of turn 4, and we do need to be aware of that, because that is the main point, main striking point that he has. So we do need to be aware of that, because it is his biggest weapon, it seems. And it doesn't seem like he has the upper hand anywhere else on the track. It doesn't seem like he can get close anywhere else on the track, so we need to utilize our battery a little bit more. Maybe start focusing up a little bit, and let's see. Gap is around the same, it's stabilizing, that's nice to know. Let's try and use some energy to try and pull away from him. But especially through the corners is where we are suffering, because this Haas, I mean, it's no Red Bull. It is really suffering. But so far so good. I mean, lap 4. This is going to be a long one, but we're still doing well.
The situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now.
Interesting. So Mark is starting to think of potentially swapping over to the intermediate tires, which is it's good to hear that he is actually like awake and actually doing his job. I suppose.
The weather's turning. We think it's time to box now.
Ooh, interesting.
Copy.
We are switching over to the intermediates soon, it would seem. And the rain also has decreased in intensity. You can see the droplets, they are a little bit more spread out, a little bit less water on the screen. So that is quite nice. You can also feel it in the car right now. It's starting to understeer a little bit. The tires are still good, honestly. Lap 5. So next lap, they predict, is the right time to stop for intermediate tires. I think they might be onto something. Oh, and are some of the drivers... Yeah, all of the other drivers are going for the intermediates now.
In this lap, push now.
We've just posted the fastest lap of the race. So absolutely no reason that we should have gone into the pits.
Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop.
Oh, as we've run very wide there. Yuki Tsunoda, Kimi Antonelli, Fernando Alonso, Gabby Bortoleto, they've all continued on from one more lap. I think they're going to gain spots from actually doing that, you know. Depending on how good the intermediates are.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Yeah, it is getting very difficult right now. The grip is significantly lower. And I do think the tyres are starting to overheat ever so slightly, maybe. But I can still do more laps on the full wets. It's just a question.
A few teams seem to be putting intermediates on now. Come on, let's go and switch over if you need to.
Absolutely. We are switching at the end of this lap. Relax, Mark. And fastest middle sector. I mean, we're still posting fastest laps. We're also much more eager on the SRS or ERS. I completely butchered all of the acronyms there. But yeah, no, we are heading into the pits. It is significantly less wet now. So intermediates are definitely the play right now. Here we go, into the pits, and put on a brand spanking new set of intermediates on. Here we go. Hopefully we get a good stop.
Okay, go, go, go.
That was a
Perfect
brilliant
job
stop.
on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
And let's see, where do we come out in relation to all of the other drivers?
You only have to stop once now. One stop left.
This is interesting. Where are the others? So Tsunoda has jumped into P2 with his little strategy call here. P3. It wasn't quite P2. It was close to Hamilton. So it was quicker to stay out. Max Verstappen has lost a lot of time. And a bunch of drivers have swapped places.
Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we need to, so let's burn through some more now so that we're not too heavy at the end of the race.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Stop talking in the corners, please. That would be lovely. Now we need to figure out this intermediate tyre set. It is a little bit tricky, but I mean, shouldn't be a problem. At the moment it feels quite good. There's not really any place here in the middle sector where we go full throttle. But yeah, I mean, good strategy call there from Mark to actually wait an extra lap with the pit stop. I think that was a good call. So good on him. He's actually made some pretty decent strategy call in recent races. I do have to say that. He is not as incompetent as people let him to, or let others think he is. I think he's quite good, honestly. Whoa, as we almost lose the car there. Some other drivers posting fastest laps now. We've just come out of the pits, so obviously we are not in the equation just yet. We are 3 seconds ahead of Hamilton on these brand spanking new intermediate tires. And we are pulling away. So we could be looking at another victory here today. And how lovely that would be. 25 luscious points. Heading right into the Drivers' Championship. Oh, how I would love it. And a second victory for Haas. That would be lovely.
10 minutes left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
Alrighty. Good stuff there from Mark, yet again. Being awake, looking at the radar, doing his job as he gets paid to do by Ayo Komatsu. Whew. And this is good stuff. So far we're still pulling a gap around a second per lap on Hamilton at the moment. So we are doing so well here today. And it's pretty much a mistake of our own that could ruin it. Here we go, fastest lap of the race. Into turn 1, we're just superior in pretty much every single way. I wonder where Ollie is though. I do wonder where Ollie is. That would be quite interesting to know. Let's see if we can actually get that information.
That's Hamilton behind.
Oh,
they're on a fresh
whoops.
set of inters. Their tyres are 3 laps old. They've got some kind of mechanical problem. Time last
Ooh.
lap, 1:47.9.
Okay, that's an interesting fact. Good thing I actually clicked that by accident. So Hamilton is only this slow because he has a mechanical that he is carrying at the moment. A mechanical defect that he is nursing right now, and he's holding up pretty much the entire grid from actually overtaking him. So that gives us the breathing space necessary at the moment, because otherwise he likely would be faster than us. I would like to think, for Ferrari's sake. But I mean, it's never possible to quite know it. We're still posting fastest laps at the moment, fastest sectors. And do we get under the target that has been set by our race engineer? Hopefully we do. On the objective, it's going to be tight. We're not quite going to make it. The wet conditions a little too tricky. Oh.
Okay, mate, I'm afraid we didn't quite get what we needed there, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down now, chin up, and let's focus right until the checkered flag.
That was not a lot we were missing. We were missing like 0.04 liters to actually get to the target. That was crazy. Oh well. But yeah, Hamilton is definitely not like anywhere close to what our pace is at the moment, and I don't even feel like we have some decent pace at the given moment. As we drive into the wall there by accident. Just nursing these tyres right now.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Thank you, Mark. That is always nice to know, though. He has been a lot more useful in recent races than he has been useless. He has had a couple of moments this season where he's not been of much practical use. But thankfully that seems to be changing. Right now, I mean, we're not even a third of the race distance done yet, so we have quite the race ahead of us. It feels like we've been going for ages, but really, don't think we have.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Thank you, Mark. Oh, cut turn 1 there.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 18.3 seconds.
Okay, so Ollie is quite far down because he's a further 10 seconds behind, the front pack, so he's probably not in the points at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, at the moment just circulating, as they would say. I'm not really pushing the car at the moment because there's no need to, realistically. We have everything under control. Car's handling quite nicely. And we are not under pressure from behind or anywhere. So there's no need really. So right now it's just a nice afternoon stroll around the Singapore circuit. Granted, it is a stroll at nearly 300 kph.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
And one wrong move could send you into the wall. Splintering carbon fibre everywhere, but that is also some kind of stroll, I would like to say. We almost do it there.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Right now we're just existing. We're gapping the field. Hamilton is still holding up the rest of the grid. And can't really find a way through on him.
Hamilton's behind you now. They're on a fresh set of inters. Their tyres are 6 laps old. They seem to have an issue. And the time last lap, 1 minute 46.2.
46, we're nearly 2 seconds faster. We are actually over 2 seconds faster than Hamilton on the previous lap. That is crazy. Oh well, I didn't expect it to pan out like this, but I will take it if this is the result that we could get away from this Grand Prix. This would be more than appreciated, but we still have 20 laps to go before we can call ourselves victorious, should it end up happening. You never know, obviously. Yet again, fastest lap.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Tyres are starting to really rubber in now. And this is what I meant when I said while we were on the full wets. Once the wet compounds start to rubber in, you actually get rid of the, the protective, or like the surface, I guess, skim. Then they do feel really, really good, actually.
It's still not a perfect situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Alright. That's fine. I wasn't expecting it either. I do apologize for the lack of commentary, but honestly, there isn't much to talk about here in this race so far. You can all see what's happening on your screens. It's raining, although significantly less than at the start of the race. And we are leading by almost 12 seconds to the car behind. So there's not much to say. at the moment.
Okay, I think the track's going to be drying out quite soon. Be careful you don't burn out your tyres.
Thank you, Mark. Another fastest lap. Yeah, I can actually feel the tyres starting to get a little bit more heavy. The car is getting a little bit more heavy in the corners, and that usually indicates that the weather is changing once the wheel gets a little bit heavier.
Okay, mate, we've got some clear track around us now, so let's use it and make this next lap a quick one. Let's go.
He wants me to do a 1:49. Meanwhile, the last lap we did was a 1:42.8. Is he crazy? Maybe on the full wets that would have been difficult. In these conditions, this is that should be absolutely no problem. I mean, if that is what the big man Ayo Komatsu has wished for Mark to tell me, I shall deliver. Ask and I shall receive, as it says. As we almost touched the wall there. Well, we did touch the wall. I do wonder when this track is going to be dry enough. We still haven't gotten that corner correct. The first part of the chicane at the end of the lap. Here we go.
Oh, great stuff. You hit that target. Really good job.
I wasn't really worried about not hitting that target because that was a ridiculously slow lap time that he put up for us to try and beat. Oh well. He's maybe also a little bit bored, coming up with redundant...
Weather's changing now. You might want to review our strategy. Copy that.
Alright. Hulkenberg with the fastest lap. I wonder if he's on a set of dry tyres now, maybe. So when are we boxing? Lap 14. So at the end of this one... Oh yeah, we should probably consider boxing. Because we're overheating the rear tyres at the moment. That usually calls for a swap of tyres. Did we damage anything there? Don't think we did. Apart from our confidence. Yeah, Hulkenberg with the fastest lap. I do think he might have swapped over to some dry tyres, perhaps. But here we go. At the end of lap 14, we are scheduled for a trip to the pits to swap on to a set of dries. And we have to do hard tires. I mean, it should be possible, realistically, if we can take good care of them.
Okay, let's go now. Come on.
Here we go.
Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
So Antonelli is briefly going to take the lead.
Ollie's coming in for his stop. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
And we're just going to take it nice and easy here on the exit. Because again, I have no idea what the grip levels are. It might still be quite high, or quite low, sorry. But it has stopped raining, so...
We're both on a two-stopper here, but they still have one more stop to make. Let's see if you can get past, but don't overdo it, because they're going to be coming into the pit soon.
Absolutely. I'm not worried at all, Mark. But yeah, the braking zones are still a little bit long on the hard tires. It's just a question about time. How do the tire temps look at the moment? Yeah, the fronts are very cold indeed. The rears are decent.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
So we just need to be careful, that's all. That is all. DRS hasn't been enabled yet. As I say it, it obviously gets enabled. There we go. Not that we're going to be using it at all. Charles Leclerc's out of the race. Oh dear.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
What has poor Charlie boy done? Or maybe it's just a mechanical failure. But look at the drivers behind us. What on earth has happened there? Whoa! Whoa! We managed to save that pretty decent.
The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind running hard tyres.
Whoopsie daisy. Getting a little too comfortable, maybe. And now we're going to be fighting Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, there was a little bit less grip on the exit of the last corner than what I initially thought. I thought I had plenty of grip and I just pushed a little too hard. That's all. Lance Stroll with the fastest lap.
Yellow flag.
Oh, yellow flag. Anyone else?
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Well, that is just a stricken Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. That hasn't been recovered yet. Well, that was a big hit, almost. What did it do to the tyres? It didn't damage them too much. But now we have the company of none other than Carlos Sainz, surprisingly.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
As Pierre Gasly posts the fastest lap, he must be miles behind, considering the fact that he's just crossed the line. Yeah, Carlos Sainz in second place. What on earth is happening in this Grand Prix? We need to see if we can build a gap. We're probably going to have more company now that Hamilton is out of the way, compared to when he was stuck behind us, or when he was keeping other drivers stuck behind him, more likely. We need to be careful through the last corner. Carlos Sainz with yet another fastest lap. Whoa, the track is still not quite dry yet. Thank you very much for the compliment on the live chat. Quite ironically, you say it just after I almost half spun into the wall, but I'll take it. But here comes Sainz. What does he have? He has a lot of straight line speed, that is what he has. But he doesn't have the attacking capabilities to go all the way around the outs or down the inside into turn 6. So we keep the place and we scare him off. Hopefully we can build a gap now to the Spaniard. We're going to have much more company now. Compared to when Hamilton was behind. We're going to be pushing a little bit here. What a podium this would be. That would be quite the podium. A Haas driver in first, a Williams in second, and then Yuki Tsunoda of all Red Bull drivers in third place. That would be quite something. Let's see if we can actually take this corner properly. There we go. That was much better. Fastest lap of the race. Now we can start pushing. Here we go. Tsunoda also putting pressure on Sainz for second place. That is good. That means we can take maybe our eyes off that battle. Focus on our own driving. He's still keeping the Japanese driver behind him so far. His Sainz. Whoa, that was a big snap right there. My battery is, yeah, it's decent. It's easy to recharge around here, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're also pushing right now, so I'm using it as see fit at the moment. Oh, again, a bit of a mistake there maybe. And we are flying right now.
Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
And now we're building a gap to Sainz behind. I think he's going to have enough trouble keeping Tsunoda behind on this straight here. Antonelli is also right up their gearboxes. So he's probably going to be passed by 2 drivers if he's unlucky. I mean, this helps my race. The longer Sainz can stay in second, the better it is for my race. Because that means Tsunoda and Antonelli can't go after me. And George Russell has made it into 5th, ahead of Liam Lawson, who previously was occupying 5th spot. So at the moment, Mercedes have turned a woeful race right on their heads. And presumably because of Hamilton's shenanigans on the intermediate tires, to be honest. Sainz closing back up again, ever so slightly. It's not too bad. At the moment we're still going good.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
11.
Gap to your teammate behind, 15.2 seconds.
So Ollie has made it closer. 11 laps to go after this one. What does the tyre wear look like? Honestly, these tyres could go to the end. No problem. And that is what we're going to do. We're taking them till the checkered flag. They should be able to do so. And if the other drivers are making another stop, we can ease off a little bit. And protect the tyres once we get to that point of the race. But before that, we just have to be on our best pace, best behavior. But so far, so good. Oh, a little bit hot into the hairpin there. But it's all good. What does the fuel look like? Plenty of fuel. That is decent. We are good on fuel, I think. No problems there. Another fastest lap.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
The best has gone out of the tyres now. The track is still getting better. But the best has left the tyres now, I think. Now it's just about conserving the tyres till the end.
Okay, mate. We want to make sure we're saving some ERS, so let's try and charge it up now.
Alrighty. That shouldn't be a problem. That should absolutely not be a problem. Because we have this twisty little bit here around the track. So that's no problem. We did lose a little bit to Sainz, but it wasn't too bad. Here we go. Well, we weren't close. On the next lap we should be able to reach the target. Hopefully.
Box, box, we're coming in this lap.
Alright, now the moment of truth. Does the drivers behind us actually have to make another stop? I am curious to see that. Because if so, we have this one in the bag, I think.
Yes, mate, we hit the target. Nice work.
Thank you, Mark. Alright, what does the tyre wear look like? It looks not too bad, honestly. 30% on the right rear, 24 on the right left. That's not too bad. Should be able to go the distance.
Box, box, box.
Nope, we're not boxing. We are going till the end. Because the tyres can definitely take it. And here we go.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Not a single driver behind us that went for the pits, so good thing we didn't go for a pit stop. Good thing. Hopefully our teammate is not boxing. Doesn't seem like it. For some reason we've been put onto a wacky strategy, apparently. I don't know what that's all about, because our tyre wear has been immaculate for this race. We're keeping the distance now to Carlos Sainz. Seems like the tyre situation is equally... I don't know if I want to call it poor for both of us, but it's very equal. There's not anyone who has the upper hand, so to say, which is a nice thing. We begin lap 24, so we are getting closer to the finish now. Very close to the finish indeed. And we are still relatively pushing it. I'm not really backing off just yet. And Ollie is into the pits.
Ollie's in the pits. Ollie in the pits now.
Hopefully that doesn't prove to be a blunder from the team. I hope. On Ollie's behalf. Hopefully not. Whoa. A little bit of a tank slapper there. Oh, no!
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
What am I doing, man? No, 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 no. I'm such an idiot. Oh, no. Oh, no. And I've done the exact same thing in a league race before. Oh, that's so stupid, man. No. We were doing so well. No. No, 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 no. Just a small lapse in
You knew
concentration.
what was coming today. It was always likely to be a super smooth operation from Carlos Sainz, who takes the win.
And Carlos
It's not every
Sainz,
day that we get to see
of
such
all
incredible
people,
wheel-to-wheel racing.
takes a
Next
victory.
time, they might consider making it easier for themselves, but today we absolutely loved all the action that we got to see out there.
No way. Oh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying.
All that hard work, all that graft on track, now being rewarded as they make their way onto the podium.
And
And
Carlos Sainz.
already thinking about a swig of the bubbly.
Wow.
He's on the top step and celebrating.
Together with Yuki Tsunoda and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. So, bit of an unlikely podium still. But that hurts. That one hurts. Oh no! We were doing so well and we only had around 6 laps to go before we would be standing in Carlos Sainz's place on the top step of the podium. But instead,
and with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport.
no.
But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Oh man, and that is our first retirement of the season. And we end up finishing P19 because Charles Leclerc obviously DNF'd early on in the race. But Carlos Sainz, I mean, fair play to him, man. He kept the pace up, he kept the pressure on, and honestly, that might actually be why I ended up retiring. Because I was pushing the car maybe a little too much. That sucks, man. That sucks so bad. Oh, there's nothing we can do there. The walls are just so close. Antonelli beats us in our little rivalry. That's unfortunate. And we're going to lose a lot of focus here, aren't we? No, we gain focus. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. And we're still beating our teammate. No surprises there. Showed great pace, but again, man, what the heck? Oh, that sucks so bad. We were on for 25 points and yet another victory. And instead we're going to come away with absolutely nothing, and on top of that we get one of our new developments ends up failing. Wow. Let's repurchase that. We're going to have it hopefully before the next Grand Prix. Oh, that sucks, man. Sucks. Oh no. What does it recommend? It recommends to do the roll dampeners. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Oh my days, man. And what does that actually do for the standings? So Carlos Sainz is now... He's still some distance away. But he is he closed up, obviously. But more importantly, in the Constructors' Championship, Williams are within 20 points now. They are only 13 points behind. And that could prove to be crucial. Points lost come the end of the season. And yeah, that is our first retirement. And it's completely, created by our own lapse in concentration. Oh well. What a somber way to end the episode. Let's see if we get the ECU update just before Texas, which is obviously our home Grand Prix. Let's see. We do. Nice. Good to see. Well. That was definitely not the way I had hoped that the race would have gone. I knew we were going to have pace, and I knew we were probably going to be fighting for some big points. I wasn't expecting to be fighting for the victory, and I was doing quite well until I wasn't. So, yeah, that one stings a little bit, but hopefully going into the next race, round 19, it is obviously the United States Grand Prix around COTA in Texas, and this is the home Grand Prix of Haas, the original home Grand Prix, so crossing my fingers we can do well here. And then, yeah, we're just going to have to, you know, brush the dust off our shoes and then get back up again and get back to work. I'm sure there will be more opportunities to get some good points, but yeah, that one definitely stings a little bit after doing so well for so long. But ultimately, in order to finish first you have to finish. And today, we didn't finish for the first time. So that is an unfortunate one. But hey, I mean, we still had, I say, quote-unquote, action. I mean, there was still plenty of good racing up until we ended our race prematurely, and I would highly, I don't even want to say recommend. I would just say I would very much appreciate it if you enjoyed the live stream here today. If you enjoy the content here on the channel, I mean, consider maybe giving a like, maybe giving a subscribe, turn on the notification. That way, you're not gonna miss next time I go live, which. I can't really say when it's going to be, unfortunately. There's some things coming up in my schedule, which means I'm not able to quite plan it, which is obviously unfortunate, but it is the way it is. So, yeah, if you don't want to miss anything, make sure, subscribe, turn on notifications. It's not gonna, it doesn't cost anything. So, and it shows the appreciation for the content here on the channel. But yeah, on that note, I think we're going to leave it there. Very sad and very empty feeling we're leaving with. But as I said, we're going to get back up on our horse, and we're going to, next one, we're going to get some good points. So until then, I wish you all a blessed day, wherever in the world you might be watching from. And until we see each other again, goodbye.